Aloha, Rich Alverson here. This is ICS211, and in this video, I'm going to continue on with Chapter 6, starting with Section 6.3. All right, we've been talking about input and output streams and formatting output, and these streams are used primarily for reading and writing, peripheral devices connected to your computer, like the keyboard or the printer, and generally accepting or producing strings of text type input or output. It turns out that these methods that we use for printing to the printer and reading from the input from the keyboard can be used on plain old strings themselves. And so that's what we're going to talk about in this chapter, streams using strings. And basically, normally you have, this is an example of reading from a string using a scanner object. Okay, so let's define a new variable here called, which is a scanner type variable. And here we will declare a new, we will set the scanner variable, so it will read user info, which is a string. Okay, user info is a string, and the string is defined right here. So we have this user info string, and we want to use the scanner method to read the string, just like if it were an input. So in other words, we could use next to get that one, we could use next to get that one, and we can get next int to get that one. And in fact, that's what we do here. So once we set ins in string to equal to the scanner string, we read the first name, we read the last name, and then we read the integer. And then here you can see that we print them out, and it looks like this. So it's just doing that kind of stuff. So this is for input. We can see how we can use this for input here. This is normally how we use it. Probably don't pay too much attention. This is normally how we use it. Where we set a scanner. We have to include this here. And we set the scanner so it reads in system in, which is the keyboard standard input. Here though, let's see, go down here and yeah, this is just okay. Here we're doing the same thing with the with this INSS variable here, which is also a scanner variable. See, so this one is going to be used normally, reading it from the keyboard, and this one, they're both scanner variables. We use these kinds of methods to manipulate them or to read from them, and so that's what this is showing here. Okay, so let's tell you what. Let's cut to the chase. Let's do some. Well, there's 3 of them. Okay, let's do these challenges here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the first one. Type the program's output. This is another one of these where we just run it and type the output. So let's just do the first one here, so we know what's going on. You can do the next 2. So we declare a new variable, a new scanner variable type called this item SS. So here's a string, another string, some quantities, and here we set. This is the input information. It's a string that looks like this, and then we set item SISS equal to a scanner variable looking at this string. And then we read the first, read the 3 things, 1, 2, 3. This is a string, this is an integer, and this is an integer. So we use the string one, we use integer one, and then this prints out. So what is this going to print out? Well, first it's going to print out the item, which is a string, and the item is mug, and then it's going to print space X, and then it's going to print the quantity, which is 16. 16. See, that's the quantity here. That'd be this one. This one. So it prints that, and it's a print line, so we do this. And then we'll print price, colon space, and then what is this? Price is this, which is this, 13. 13, and there's no new line. So that's what that looks like. And you should be able to do the rest of these pretty easily. Item 3, so it's going to look at this one. And then we read them, and then we print it out. So this is just seeing that, you know, we've defined 3 of them here, but we're only going to look at the third one. All right, so anyway, you can do those 2. Okay, reading from a string. Do we have to write some code? Yes, here we have to write some code. All right, so write code that uses the input stream, INS, input stream, to read input data from a string user input, and updates variables, user month, user date, user year. Sample input, sample output if the input is this, January 2, 1992, January 12th. Okay, so January 12th, 1992. All right, so write some code. Okay, so we define, this is what we're going to read from the user. So we're going to read a whole line from the user, this whole thing here. That's the input. And then this is an INS. This is the variable that we're going to use to parse the input. A couple more variables here, a couple more variables. So first of all, we read the line, read the entire line, which is going to be this whole thing. And then we set this INS equal to this. We want to use these scanner methods on this on to parse user input. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read user month equals INSS dot next, because that is a text. And the next one is user date equals INSS, and this is an int, next int. And the third one is user year equals INSS dot next int, which is also an integer. The year is also an integer. Is this right? It's not right because I typed something wrong. This is wrong. Well, you can fix it. All right, what's next? Output using string stream. Okay, so what we're going to do is write code that inserts user item into the output stream, this output stream, until the user types exit. So we're going to want to read this one word at a time, not the whole line. And so we're going to read next, 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 next. And each time we read it, before we add it to this, we're going to check to see if it's this word. If it's this word, then we're going to stop, and we won't print the last time. So let's each item should be followed by a space. All right, so we have this is the input. And we're just going to read one whole string. So SCNR is here. Oh, here. Oh, Is this? Oh, SCNR is the system in. Okay, I guess we are just reading. Okay, I guess we're just going to read in the input directly, treat that as a scanner. And so we're just, this is the output. Okay, I see we're doing an output thing here. So first we have to declare a string writer. And then we have to, something that's going to accept strings, parts of a string, and add them to them. Add to the string, just like if it were a printer or the screen. So that creates that variable, and that's what we're going to write into. And then this declares a print writer thing that is like, so we can operate on this thing, just like, so we can use the methods that we use to print to add text to this variable here. Okay, so that's what we're going to write to. And we're going to write to using print functions, the print functions. So here first of all, we enter in that in, and then we read the whole lot. We read the first word, and it's going to be this one. And so it doesn't equal exit, so we can add it to items OSS dot print. User item, I guess. And then we're supposed to put a space after each one. And how's that? And then we read up the next one. Come back around. If it doesn't equal exit, if it does not equal exit, then we print to this variable using these print methods because this variable is a print writer, which is where this method comes from, and it's operating on this thing. And in the end, this is the thing that we're going to print. Oh, first we have to convert it into a string, and then because that accepts that, and then we print it out. All right, I think that's all there is here. Is this right? Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit of a surprise. Okay. All right, what's next? Section 6.4. And file input, let's see where we are here. We're doing this one here, file input. Okay, this is using the input, the file input stream, using the scanner to be able to read from a file. So let's find out where that is here. Varying amount of data from a file. Okay, so we have to create a variable called file bit stream. This is the file input stream. And then we have to create a variable called scanner. And then we connect this, or then we have a variable called file bit stream, and that is a new object of this file input stream class, which is reading the file here, which connects to the file that we want to read in, and then we're able to Then we want to be able to use a scanner on it, the scanner methods, to this byte stream. So that's why we do this. And this is now with this, we can use the scanner, we can do the next and next int and so on. And that's what we're doing here. This is connected to the file. This is looking right at the file. We get to use the scanner methods. And there's this method which is which looks ahead to see if there's anything left. So if there's something there, if that's next, then it will read it. Otherwise it ends. Otherwise this while loop is going to end. So here we're reading. It looks like we're just reading integers. Yeah, look, we're just reading integers. So while there is another integer, then read it in, and it's going to be this number, and then we're going to print it out. So this thing reads in these 5 integers, and it writes them out like that, just like this. It's a print line, and so that's what. Then this closes it, and this closes it, which you should always do. All right, so that's file input. And are we going to do file output too? Oh, no, we just. Okay, well, anyway, let's do this. Let's do this challenge activity. All right. So the first one is perform the following tasks. Declare a file input stream named furniture furniture F stream. Okay. And a scanner named dresser FS. Okay, so to do that, might as well. Okay, and then we're gonna read. So this thing is gonna okay, read the file name, assign this equal to that file name for reading, and then I guess you read it up. Okay. Okay, so we've got 3 files here. Let's look at this. This is the reader, and we're going to put code here. And we're reading this. There's this file, which has a 49 in it, and the second one here has got a 31 in it, and the third one here has got a 46 in it. And so all we're doing is okay, so let's just start with the declarations here. The variable declarations here. The first thing we're going to do is we're supposed to do. Did I press start? Declare a file I'm going to do this copy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this and see what I get here. File input stream, and I'm going to call this equals null. Equals null. And then scanner dresser FS furniture F stream. Okay, yeah, my key is different. It's a different example. Anyway, so dresser FS is also equal to null. Okay, then my code is read the data file from input. So I need to connect furniture F stream, furniture F stream. F stream A is equal to a new file input stream named. Where do I read the file name? Did I read the file name? Oh, read the. I'm doing this. Okay, so I got to read the file name. This thing. Oh, I got to read that. Okay, so let me do that first. File name. Data file name equals scanner. I'm reading from the scanner. The user's input next. So I read the name of the file, and then I'm gonna take that. Then I want to be able to use the file input stream methods on that file. And file furniture stream. And this should be connected to dresser FS. Where is that? Oh, I know. It's on this. It's reading it from here. Okay, so I need to put in dresser. FS is a new scanner on furniture stream, because I'm reading the furniture stream. I'm reading from furniture stream. Pretty sure that will work. So this reads the data file. This turns it into a file stream that can be read using the scanner methods. And this is how we address that. So this reads the next integer, which is the first integer, and this one prints it out. And that's what's reading these three things. All right, is this right? Oh, I forgot the word new. Used to be a new there. Okay. Oh, these are pretty hard. What's the next one? Let's see. Got all these data files here. String this is read from input. The open file is associated with this. If a valid integer is available to be read here, read the next integer from that, output the integer read, output the integer read, and add the integer read to total cubby quantity. Otherwise, output read failure. End with the new line. So, boy, this is quite a, okay, all right, my code goes here. Let's see, let's print line. And if, okay, so this, input, that's the file name. Okay, it reads the file name. And then it sets up this ability to read this file using this handle, I'll call it a handle, cubby FS. And it starts out with 15. And it prints out 15. And then we're supposed to read, well, we have to see if there's an integer left there. We have to see if there's an integer there. So if cubby FS has next int, if it has a next integer, then what I would like to do is grab out that quantity, cubby quantity equals cubby fs dot next int. Okay, I grabbed it out, and then I'm going to print it out. Print it out. This is the printing out. System out print ln cubby quantity. Okay. And then I got to add it to total cubby quantity. Copy. Paste. Cubby quantity. Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of that if there is another integer there. However, if there's not, then we just can say the system out print line read failure occurred. Gosh, read failure occurred. Okay, and then after I'm done with all that, I can print the total. So I print a system. Oh, it does it. It does it for me. Okay, it does it for me. Great. All right, how does that look? I don't know. Let's see. Didn't get it, did I? File. Oh, file not closed. Am I supposed to say that? File. What? Oh, my output said file not closed. Oh. Oh, oh, I see. This is just so we get that error. Okay, I guess I'm supposed to close the file. I guess that's the problem here, which is a good thing. Is it giving me a chance to do that? Okay, I'm gonna say hubby fs.close. I think that will close it. That work? Does that do it? Yeah, that's more better. Okay. All right, what's next? That's weird. They're tough ones. It's because I never do this. All right, what's this one? Third one, yeah. Oh, wait. I want to do the third one. What am I doing? Okay, third one, right. I got 1 and 2. Now I'm doing number 3. Number 3. Okay. String. It's red. Opens. File contains a number of mattress sold. Associate scanner mattress read a while loop to read integers from an open file and output each integer read until no valid integer is available. And each output with a new line. What's data 5? Oh, that's got a bunch there. Got a bunch. What's bad? Until no valid integers, I guess it's because does it skip it? All right. So I'm supposed to write code for here. Let's see. So I got to write a while loop, huh? Okay, so I am reading. File name, file byte stream, byte stream matrices fs. Okay. So I guess I'm oh, because it's a file. Okay, that's why we're doing that. Okay, so I guess I gotta make a while loop here. While mattress matressfs dot has a next int. Has a next int, yeah. Right, I'm reading integers. While it has a next integer, I want to get that next integer, and that's going to be mattress count. I want to get that next integer, and that would be the mattress count. Equals mattress. I'm spelling mattress wrong. fs dot next int. This should be 2 T's, I think. Mattress fs has a next integer. That means if the next one is an integer, the next one up is an integer. It could be a string and then an integer after that. It's not going to get the next integer after that. It's not going to skip anything. So it's checking to see, and I guess it's testing if it's bad, if the bad thing. Okay, so if it has a next integer, it's going to grab it, and I guess it's going to probably print it out. Yes, so print it out. System out print ln mattress count. Okay, it prints it out, and Is that all it does? I'm supposed to just keep on, I guess I don't add it to anything. I just, do I add it to? Read the integers and output each integer red until no integer. Okay, just output each one red. Okay, so I outputted the one red. And then I need to, I guess that's all I do. Huh? And if it has a next, okay, then it looks to see if it has, okay, so the next one is not an integer or it's the end of the file. And here it checks to see if there's a word that's next, if there's a string that's next, and if it is, it outputs that. Otherwise, it says this, it reached the end of the file, and then here we close it. Mattress FS is closed. So this might be all I have to do. End of, well, reached end of file. Does that print out? It does print out. Okay, I'm gonna run this and see if this is close. I guess I got it. Wow. What's the last one? The last one is, I read it up, reads an amount of mangoes, using a loop, read the next string, and a floating point number pair from an open file, and output the string by bought, followed by bought in the number. Pounds of mangoes, new line. So here's the data. Here's the first one. It's going to say all these people bought that many pounds of mangoes, pounds of mangoes, pounds of mangoes, pounds of mangoes. Okay. Gives the example is always just one, but we got to be able to have a loop. It's a loop. Using a loop. Okay, so we got to write it in here, and we're going to do a loop. So, while mango FS has a next, it's the first thing that's going to encounter is the person's name. While it has that, then what I want to do is I want to I got to read it. And I read it into purchaser name, purchaser name equals mango FS next. And mango weight equals mango FS dot next float. Double, float double. And then it's going to output system out print line purchaser name, just purchaser name first, purchased, bought, it's this, I'm gonna put this up there. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put it right here, I guess. Then, okay. So Yao, this person, purchaser name, I can get rid of this. Bought, quote, plus mango weight, plus quote, delete, pounds of mangoes. I gotta close the while. See if this is right. All right, so that takes us to the end of 6.4. One more, it's file output. Tell you what, I'm gonna close this up and I'm gonna make a new video for that. So I'll make that in a moment. Thanks for watching.